Welcome back, another video. Thank you for everyone who's been joining in. Our channel is growing quickly, which has been amazing. We got a jam-packed episode tonight though. We're gonna do a quick reading update.
Yep.
We're going to show our books we got from the Aardvark Book Club. We each got 3 books. We're gonna show those. And then we're gonna talk about some books that we selected that don't suck. Come on, you don't want books that suck, so we got a couple that don't.
Yeah,
And we're gonna show you.
for you.
Before we get started though, I'm going to ask you guys to comment. How many books do you read at a time? Are you a one book at a time person, or do you read multiple? I am someone who likes to only read one at a time. I can do 2 if I need to. I did try reading 4 books at a time earlier this year, and it was a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't go well. I ended up DNFing one of them, and I generally just gravitated towards one anyways. What about you? I know your answer, but...
It's not as many as it used to be, though.
No?
I feel like I'm not, like, actively reading as many as I once would do, because I'm realizing it does get difficult.
What would you say on average?
I would say more recently, it's probably no more than 3, honestly, that I'm, like, actively reading. Like, I mean, that would be different on if you looked at my Goodreads or my story graph. Like, you would see that I'm currently reading more than that. But I can't really consider myself reading those because it's like I'm pausing a lot of them. Like, I'm not actually reading them daily. So
you have books started.
Yes, but I definitely have like some books that are started on there that I'm like going through very slowly because I'm not giving them as much attention as I am some other books. So I find that I can do more than one, but I'm not like being a crazy person as much as I was before. But I always have something going on audio, and then, you know, for sure 1 or 2 physical books, and then like sometimes a Kindle read. But that's my least favorite form of reading. So I just don't, I don't pick that up very often unless the book like 1000% like has my attention, and then I will, you know, and if that's my only way to read that book, then I will do that. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, we've talked about this before too on the channel, that even if you're reading multiple books at the same time, there's always one
that you're probably enjoying,
you are gravitating towards, because that's the one you're probably liking the most. So it's because you opened 4 books doesn't mean you're reading 4 books. So
or not reading them as as often.
Yeah, so comment below how many books you like to read at the time. You know, maybe it's 1, maybe it's 20. We don't judge. Reading is reading. But yes, I'm a 1. Katie is
a few.
We'll call her a 3 to infinite. Yeah, so we're gonna jump into what we're currently reading and what we have recently finished. I have not finished a book since our last episode. I am very close, but I have started a new book accidentally. We'll get into that in a little bit. But why don't you show the book you finished?
That I finished. Okay, This is the one book I finished so far in August. So I'm kind of at a slower rate here for the month. I mean, not that it is a race by any means, but I read like 12 books last month. That's crazy.
That is a
Granted, when I say I read 12 books, there were some that I had like started in previous months and finished last month. Because I find that people are like, wait, what? How do you have enough time to do that? That's not where I started and finished 12 books. It's, you know, just want to be clear on that there are some that I had going for, you know, however long, or had started the previous month and it carried over into that month. I mean, there definitely were a few that I like did completely start and finish, you know, in entirety. But anyway, I am also close to finishing another book, and I'll get to that one. But this is the one so far. It took me like a week to read. My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I had told somebody that this was my first book that I read by him, but I had forgotten that I did read one other book by him. Actually, I don't think it's in here because this book came out before that one. That one was like what was it called? The final girl, or like support group or something like that. It's like a black cover with like a bloody chair maybe on it. And that one I feel like I ended up enjoying a little bit more than this one. I didn't dislike this book, but I didn't like absolutely love it. But I'm like obsessed with the
That's
cover.
amazing.
Isn't this like cover just amazing?
It looks like an old VHS tape.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I like it how it says up here, be kind, please rewind.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So that's cool. But no, it still was like an enjoyable, likable read. I felt like parts of it were a little bit slow, but man, did I love the nostalgic vibes of this book for sure. So I would say if you are like not so sure about horror, this would be like a very tame option in my opinion. I feel like it only got disturbing towards the end of the book, and it was still not on the same level as like the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose, for example. So I feel like you could probably handle it. But yeah, like a fun like summer horror read. Yeah.
Fun horror.
Yeah, fun horror.
Nothing
if you call
says
that
fun like horror.
Well, I mean, it is dark humor. There's like dark humor in it.
Is that the one that has like the songs?
Yes, there's like a bunch of
For
titles are
for the
really cool
chapter
for the
titles,
chapters. Like
they're all different songs.
Dancing in the Dark is one of the titles. What
That's
else?
nice.
Yes, that's kind of fun. Let's see if I can find another one.
So you're right. It is fun horror. Fun horror.
Yes. Okay, you can.
All right.
We can
On to what I'm currently reading. It's the same book I've shown, but I am very close to being done with it. You can see my bookmark there. Probably within 50 or 60 pages of being done. We got a lot of reading done on Saturday. I think I read 100 pages of this Saturday night, which for me is a lot. I mean,
for him to do in one sitting.
I'm usually like a 20 to 30. I try to read like 20 to 30 pages a night. So 100, that was like
he was pretty locked in.
That was
he
a
had like
feat.
a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah. So Aftertaste by Daria Lavelle. This is a book. This is a rare time where when I'm reading this book, I'm very entranced in it. Like I'm locked in. And I'm really focused on the book. That doesn't always happen for me, but I'm really enjoying this book a lot. And we'll see how it ends. But I dare to say this may make it in my top 5 books of all time. So far, I'm liking it that much. I will say, if to really enjoy this book, you probably want to be into food a little bit. It is mostly about food and culinary. The main character is a chef. And it does have a very ghostly element to it.
Yep.
A big part of the story is about ghosts. Not so much scary ghosts. I mean, I guess a little bit. But there's a ghostly element, so you gotta be into that. But awesome story, really love it. I love the food element. It is, I don't know, it's really entrancing.
Very different book.
Very different, but just really good book. I'm really into it. And I don't know, I have a good feeling about it. We'll see how it ends. But I'm gonna. So far, it's going to be up there.
Into it. You have a good idea.
I think I'll finish it within the next couple days, for sure. But I don't know, give this one a try. Tune in next week when I give my final review of it and see if it makes it into my top 5 of all time. But
that's high praise.
Very high praise.
I did enjoy that one as well, but I think I want to do a reread of it where I read it physically and like am more like zoned in, because I did most of it on audio, and I'll be honest, there were times when I was like slightly distracted, and so I feel like I didn't get the full like immersive experience with it as if I would have sat down physically for the whole time. Yeah, but I did very much enjoy it. So, and I thought that you would, so I'm not surprised. This other book I am reading, I am not very far into. It is called The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. So this is what we are reading for virtual book club and meeting in less than a week. So I kind of need to get a move on here. I'm not very far in. It's not a very long book though, so I mean, I'm not worried. It's actually got like really large print too. But like ridiculously long chapters, and I am not a fan of that, and I'll be honest, it makes it hard for me to even want to pick up a book when it has long chapters. I don't know why that is.
It's intimidating a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. And this is a fantasy, which like I'm more recently getting into fantasy. This is like would fall into like the cozy fantasy category. It's starting off a little bit slow for me, so it's another reason I'm not like super excited to keep picking it up, but I have heard people say that they really enjoyed this one, so I think like it'll pick up. But yeah, I'm for sure gonna finish the next book that I'm going to show you
First?
before I like get really into this one, and then I will focus, primarily on this since I need to finish it in less
By
than
when?
a week.
By Sunday?
On Sunday.
By Sunday.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right, so next book I'm currently reading, well, ish. I started it on accident. So, it's this book here, Orbital by Samantha Harvey. So this was my plan to start this after Aftertaste anyways, but when Katie had her last treatment, we were getting ready to leave, and she had her book bag, and it was full.
I already had too many in there.
You had
so I told him he had to bring
you had your Kindle,
a smaller
and you had like 2 hardcovers. So she, without telling me I couldn't fit Aftertaste, she was telling me I couldn't fit Aftertaste. So I'm like, well, can I bring a small book? So I brought Orbital. And for some reason, we always get this impression we're going to have a lot of reading time during her chemo
It never happens.
therapy appointments, but we never do. I think we had like
too many people come in the room, and I don't know, it actually goes by a lot faster than we think too. So it just, I don't know, we got a little bit
I think we had like a 20-minute
Maybe 20
window,
minutes.
and I did get 15 pages into this book, and it's a very small, cute little book. And my initial thoughts are, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It's gonna be quick. Once I start it, it'd be a quick read. To say a book's atmospheric is in a literal sense, because this book takes place in space. I have a good feeling about it though.
Yeah.
It's a very different book for me. Very, I don't know.
Yeah.
More.
Hopefully it won't be too slow for you.
Yes,
but...
I'm worried about being a slower.
Even though it's like a very small,
I don't know if it's gonna be boring, but
short
just
book.
slow, and it's written in a very beautiful way. I can already say that. If you read this one, let me know. But after I finish Aftertaste, I will for sure
Get back to
jump into this one. And there is a book I'm going to show soon that I want to try to finish this month as well. So I got to get through that, get through this quick, and then get through the next book I'm going to well, not the next one, but a couple from now. I'll show you. So my accidental start here.
And this will be a good segue into talking about what we grabbed from Aardvark, because one of my current reads is from Aardvark. And this is called Too Old for This by Samantha Downing, which I am really going to be interested in checking out some of her backlist now, because I really love her as an author. Like this story is amazing. I started this 2 nights ago, and probably old me, pre-cancer me, would have pushed through and finished this last night. So I literally would have finished it in probably just over 24 hours. But because I get a little bit more tired in general than I used to, I was not able to stay up super late and finish it. And that is okay. Sleep is important. But yeah, I'm going to try to get either finish tonight after we sign off, or it might even be pushed to tomorrow, but this is so good. It is very, very hard to put down, so I highly recommend it. The chapters are super short. This is kind of like another one of those where it's like it's funny, it's like dark humor, even though this is about a retired serial unaliver, however you're supposed to say that, and she comes out of retirement, and it just like starts out with a bang. Like just the first chapter is like, okay, here we go. So yeah, it's been getting a lot of good reviews, and I can definitely see why. So
yeah,
I'm not finished with it yet, but I can tell you that it'll be a 5-star read, and I already 100% recommend it. So yeah. So that was one of the ones that I picked in our Aardvark boxes.
So that's our current reading update.
Our reading
so we'll
update.
jump into our Aardvark picks. So we each pick 3 books every month. For some reason, our books always come at different times. We order about the same time.
Around the same time.
And Katie's box came 2 days before mine.
But then one time, I still ordered before you. I ordered before you, and then his came.
It's crazy.
Before mine, and mine took forever.
So this was the first book that you showed.
Yes.
This is one of their August picks.
This is one of their current picks.
So any of the August picks we show, you can get with our code MARRIEDBOOKWORMS for only $4.
Yeah.
We each did select a book from a previous month.
But
so obviously,
that is when you could add, like if you're interested in what we show, you could add it on for $9.99.
Yeah, so that could be as an add-on. Like the one I'm going to show right now, this could be an add-on. This book's actually fairly old. And
yeah, it's been around for a while.
I
and
did
it is
look.
Still available.
It is still available to Aardvark. You may have seen it around. I see it all the time, and I needed to have it. It is called "Come and Get It" by Kylie Reed. I'm sure you've seen this book. I want to show you what it looks like naked too, because it's pretty much the same colors as the cover, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
The green and purple.
Green and blue.
Is it blue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry.
He's colorblind a little bit.
It looks purpley. But this is a book that I've just had on my radar for a long time, and I see it everywhere. I honestly have not seen a lot about it, good or bad. I feel like a lot of people have read it, but I haven't seen much for reviews.
Yeah.
Her other book, Such a Fun Age, I guess is a very popular book that I've also not heard a lot about. But the reason I want to get this book is because it includes one of my favorite tropes, which is rich people doing bad things.
It's always an entertaining concept.
I know, it's hard to...
Makes for a good read.
If you have recommendations of books with that concept, let me know in the comments, because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. We watched a book. We were watching a show on Apple TV about that concept, which was
Well, we both
hilarious.
Both loved the movie Crazy Rich Asians, but I only made it partway through that book. I feel like I loved the movie though, but
Yes.
and yeah, we have a couple books by him.
By Kevin,
the same author.
Kevin Kwan.
So that's the same.
So this is my
similar
first
concept.
pick. It's been around for a while, so this you could grab as an add-on, or you probably already own it. If you read it, let me know your comments, because like I said, I haven't seen much about it, and not like I go by any reviews, but
Yeah.
it is nice to get a little feedback.
Yes.
Once in a while.
Next up for me is The Truth According to Ember by Danica Nava. So this is a previous month choice, I believe actually like last year, so like last summer maybe. I was actually really hoping that her newest book would have been an Aardvark pick. And I ended up just like having to grab it like separate out of our outside of Aardvark, and that's okay. So my copies won't match. But yeah, I kept hearing really good things about this one after I didn't grab it when it was brand new. So I was like, oh, they still have it, and I definitely wanted to give it a read. Yeah, it's a Chickasaw woman who can't catch a break serves up a little white lie that snowballs into much more in this witty and irresistible rom-com by debut author Danica Nava. So yeah, it looks cute, and again, I was hearing some really good good reviews. The Truth According to Ember, and I love this like purple. Oh, you gotta see under here, because man,
That one's
purple
nice.
is my favorite color, and it is like it's so pretty with the teal.
Gorge.
I like it. All right.
All right, up next, this one is kind of the wild card pick, I think, for us. This is an August pick. It is called The Hounding. It's a short little book. Listen to this premise. You'll be blown away. All right. So it's a haunting debut about 5 sisters in a small village in 18th century England whose neighbors are convinced they're turning into dogs. I don't know. It just sounds so interesting, so crazy. I'm a little,
So at the bottom it says a richly atmospheric parable of the pleasures and perils of female defiance. The Hounding considers whether in any age it might be safer to be a dog than an unusually young girl. Yeah, I think it'll make for an interesting read.
Yeah, very intriguing. That's what's great about Aardvark. They have some of the somewhat very unusual titles that are usually so good. Books you probably never heard of.
Yeah.
And really focus a lot on debuts.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
It brings so much attention to authors who are very talented.
I thought it was funny. They have a category in Aardvark of books that contain dogs. And I'm like,
oh,
this is one of them, obviously.
obviously.
Yes, but
they also have ones that say include a cat as well. So if you are a dog or a cat person, they pretty much, I would say always have at least one pick every month that probably has one or the
contains
other,
a dog
or a cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Last but not least, for my box, or it's our boxes, but what I picked
two
to put in
boxes.
there, they have to come in 2 separate boxes. Maybe at some point they'll have a big enough box that like they could 6 of them.
But then we'll get 12 books.
Yeah, that might be dangerous.
It's too many.
The Once and Future Me by Melissa Pace. This is a genre-bending novel. It falls into the historical fiction category. It's got some sci-fi in it. mystery, psychological thriller.
All the genres.
Dark Matter meets Girl Interrupted, which I loved Girl Interrupted. In this gripping psychological thriller about a young woman teetering on the edge of reality. So it looks really, really good. I debated between, starting this one and the other one that I showed. But I ultimately went with the other one just because I was seeing so many rave reviews. But I'm sure this one is excellent as well. Lots of, good written reviews on here anyway, from other authors and stuff like that. But excited to hopefully read this one sooner rather than later. That is my plan anyway.
Sooner. What does that look like? What's the timeline?
I don't know. I really have to focus on my book club book, but
the next,
might be my next thriller
someday.
Though,
Oh, really? That'd be good. All right. So last but not least for my box is another one of their August picks. This is the one I'm most excited about. It's called What Hunger by Catherine Dang. This is the book I want to try to finish before the end of the month so I can read it, let you guys know how it is. But very interested. This follows a teenage girl in a Vietnamese family who is kind of bored. She doesn't have much going on before she starts high school, and in her family, they didn't eat a lot of meat. So she develops a hunger for, raw meat. Which, I mean, it reminds me of a book I read recently called The Eyes of the Best Part, and actually the author of that book gave a nod to this book, and I trust her judgment, so I'm very excited about it. Not super long of a book. I'm drawn to books like this for some reason, and I can't explain it, but I'm very, very excited.
Yeah.
So I plan to read this one after I finish Orbital. I want to finish it before the end of the month so I can let you guys know how it is so you can still grab it this month if you're interested for only $4.
Yeah.
Let's read it together.
Yeah.
I'm hungry for reading buddies. That was bad. Just forget I said.
He'll try again.
Ignore that joke. It wasn't great. So those are our Aardvark Book Club. Obviously, if you're not a member of Aardvark, if you are, let us know what you got this month. If not, you can join with our code for only $4.
Yes, and it's always free shipping.
Free shipping, $4 for your first August pick, and add-ons are always only $9.99. That means you can fill your box. You can fill your first box for $24. That's $3, free shipping, $24. I can't say.
Yeah.
Enough said. All right, so we're gonna jump in. We each selected 3 books. We want to talk about some books. I had this idea. Let's talk about books that don't suck.
Yeah.
People want to know which books don't suck. There's a lot of them.
I mean, yeah. We only picked 3 each.
We only have so much time. We each picked 3. I'm gonna have you go first because one of mine is kind of a twofer because it's by the same author.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna have you start.
All right. My first one is Pictures of You by Emma Gray. She is absolutely amazing. I've been able to connect with her quite a bit on social media. It would make my day, make my year, make my whatever if I got to meet her
She's
in
Australian.
person. I did get to participate in a Zoom with her at one point, with a bunch of other social media people, and that was lovely. But yeah, to get to meet her in person would be incredible. And yeah, she lives in Australia, so it'd be really cool if I could go to Australia. But even if she comes our way, that would work as well. But this is her second book, and I loved her first book as well, called The Last Love Note, but this one I enjoyed even more, Pictures of You. This was a book that Corey maybe remembers, but it was one that I did not want to put down, for anything. It was where I just kept thinking about the next time I'd get to pick it up. I was mad when I had to put it down. I'm pretty sure I was actually finishing this book, and I would not go to the table for dinner until I was finished, because I think I had not much left, and I was just nope, I will not be disturbed, and Corey and the kids are just sitting over there, and I was in here and I sorry, I will not be pulled away from my book. That's how good it was. So if you have not read this book yet, highly, highly recommend. She's coming out with a new one. I'm not sure when. But I mean, I will, it's she's one of those people where I will read her grocery list. You know, like when you say like how much you love their writing, I'll just like I'll read anything she writes. She's incredible. So, oh yeah, somebody on the front said compelling, propulsive. I wasn't able to put it down.
There you go.
Exactly. That's all you need to know.
So you say that book doesn't suck.
No, does not suck.
Does not
even
suck.
not
Alright.
even a little bit.
The first book for me that does not suck is a book that I actually read a while ago. And it's one that it's in me.
Stuck
It is
with ya.
ingrained in my brain. And these are, when I love a book, it never leaves my brain. I mean, honestly, there have been books I've read, and then a week later, I hardly remember
Yeah.
what it was about,
Like the characters.
or the characters'
or
names, even what happened, and it's not good.
anything.
But this is one that's been living in my brain for a while. It is called "You Know What You Did" by Katie Wynn. So this is a psychological thriller. It was my intro to psychological thrillers, and it is very messy with your brainy. That's an official term.
Okay.
This one does
Fun
contain a
phrase.
dog too. And I actually did look back. This book is still available with Aardvark, which I am shocked because it was so excellent. So you could grab it as an add-on. Really enjoyed it. The whole book was just unreliable narration. You never knew if she was doing it or feeling it or thinking it. And I loved it. I thought it was so good, and it had a twist ending. So, which is awesome. I would highly recommend this book, and she is an awesome author. She always is so appreciative when we talk about her book. I don't know if she'll see this on YouTube, hopefully, but I could recommend this book a lot to everyone. I don't know if it would be for everyone, but I think it would be. If you like psychological thrillers, give this one a try.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. It certainly did not suck. I mean, it blew my mind, but that's different. Sucking and blue, it's different.
Next up and I do still really need to read that one. Yeah, I really should have read it like not long after you did, so we could have chatted about it. So I need to read that one.
So good.
Listen for the Lie is up next for me by Amy Tintera. I feel like a lot of people have read this book, but if you have not, definitely give it a go, especially if you like a podcast element. I feel like that's kind of becoming a thing lately, where people are even calling them like a podcast thriller. So it has like some of the chapters are the podcast, and then like you have, you know, the main character Lucy, and then oh my gosh, these chapters were like super short. I remember that. I'm actually excited to eventually give this a reread and do it on audio. I heard the audio is excellent, and I feel like it especially would be with the podcast element.
Yeah, for sure.
But this one, is so good. The grandma in this book, I still think about her. She's my favorite character in this book. She's like hilarious. So this is another one of those, like, yeah, it's a thriller, but it's like dark humor.
Yeah.
And the main character, you are privy to her messed up thoughts, and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, like this girl is like a little, it's like disturbing, but also like you're just so intrigued and you're like rooting for the main character. The premise is really, really interesting. What if you thought you unalived your best friend, and if everyone else thought so too, and what if the truth doesn't matter? So yeah, super good. I feel like this book was just getting like a ton of praise last year when it came out.
It was, yeah.
It came out towards the beginning of the year in 2024. But again, if you have not read it yet, I highly recommend it, and I have heard excellent things about the audio if you're an audiobook person. So
there you go.
Either way.
All right.
It didn't suck.
No. So now my next two are from the same author, so I'm going to show them at the same time. So it's a twofer. But neither of these sucked. They both were amazing. They are by the author John Mars, The One, and then you can read this one for yourself. But, so I've quickly...
You unalived me first. There you go.
So I've read both these books fairly recently, and I am honestly very hooked on John Mars. I have a feeling he's going to be an author I'm going to love all of his books. So,
he has a lot of them. He has a lot to choose from.
What I like about his books so far is that they've told from multiple perspectives, which is great. Super short chapters, and they're just very fast-paced. and there's a lot of cliffhangers, a lot of shocking twists throughout the books. And it's like at the end of every chapter, it's like, oh,
gotta find out.
Really
what's
keep.
happening next.
I've been reading his books. Everyone knows I'm not a fast reader, but I read both these books very quickly because of that element. So neither of these books suck. I'm hoping to get to another one of his books soon, but my list is just so growy. It
Got
keeps
some
growing.
Other books on deck.
But hopefully,
I'm sure
I'll
before
get
the end of the year.
yes. The next one I want to read is The Passengers by him, so I want to get to that one hopefully by the end of the year. But if you haven't checked out John Marr's, give yourself a.
You should do that.
You should do it because certainly they do not suck.
Okay, and then last but certainly not least,
No, for
this
sure.
is one that I will not stop thinking about and read it. This is one of my first reads of this year, and it's actually fallen into like one of my favorite books of all time. So, What Happened to the McCraes by Tracy Lang. She's wonderful. I have communicated with her a decent amount on social media as well. She's delightful. She's written 3 books that I'm aware of. So this was her most recent book. And yeah, I loved her other 2 as well, but this one is my favorite of her, of her 3 books. We Are the Brennans is up there for sure. That one I read before this one. Also an excellent read. So really you can't go wrong with any of her books. Check them out. But yeah, this one is What Happened to the McCraes. I will say it's definitely got some sad elements to it for sure. It's not like a super happy, joyful book. I wonder how I would have felt if I picked this up now instead of earlier in the year prior to my diagnosis. I don't know. It didn't have cancer in it specifically, but it is sad. But it made me kind of just like reflect on motherhood in general. You don't have to be a mom to enjoy this book, but I would say maybe you would enjoy it a little bit more, or you could like relate to it more anyway. But it's just so good. From best-selling author Tracy Lang, a poignant story about the resilience of family, the importance of community, and the magic of middle school hockey. So also, if you are a hockey fan or if you have kids in hockey,
There you go.
You could have, that kind of connection too, but it's just like, it's a small town. It's about a hurting relationship, a husband and a wife trying to kind of find their way back to each other, like community, like the book said, but just the way in which she writes, it's just so compelling. Like, because sometimes I can get bored easily in stories, like if it's not a thriller, it's not like a funny rom-com, or if it's not labeled as fast-paced, I am kind of like, oh, I might like just space out. But she writes in such a way that like you feel like these characters are part of your own family, and like you just want to keep reading. And she's a very talented author. So yeah, if that didn't convince you.
Yes, we were very convincing.
It's so
These
good.
books do not suck. But yeah, so thanks for tuning along to the episode, a little longer episode. So thank you if you're still watching to the end. Comment below a book that didn't suck for you.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been getting a lot of comments on our videos, which is amazing. And honestly, I have been responding to all of them.
Good job.
So you want to hear from me personally? Drop a comment.
He's been handling the YouTube.
I will
comments
respond to it.
while I handle our other social media stuff.
It might just be an emoji, but sometimes it's more personal too.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We love all you guys. We showed a lot of books today.
Yeah.
And we got a lot more to show, so stay tuned.
See ya.